Alright, so I got myself some Ritz Bits crackers. Can't really see right there, but that's a Red Bull. What?
Have you ever just had one of those days when it seems like the entire universe is against you? Well, May 9th was one of those days for young Daniel and I.
So the bus hasn't shown up yet. We're in a rental car. We've been running around DC all day. We're tired, our feet hurt.
Woke up in the wee hours of the early morning, around 4 o'clock. We hop in the Ford F-150 and we drive like 2 hours east to go pick up the bus. Dan's sleeping in the car, trying his best to be helpful.
We meet this guy at a shopping mall. We get the bus and we get it to our first destination with a few trial and error.
And we go to visit the DC office where we're going to do an interview with another pretty sweet guest, but unfortunately for reasons he can't control, he had to cancel at the last minute.
By the time we got this news, we check our watch and we're like, oh my gosh, we need to be on the road 2 hours ago.
And we are just trapped. Like just trapped in DC traffic, and we're watching because our party starts at 6 o'clock and the time is just ticking and ticking and ticking.
It starts to rain, and then it starts to really rain, and then it starts to pour.
Hurricane force winds threatening to throw the bus off the side of the road or whatever.
We finally arrive at this party. We are 2 hours late to our own shindig.
They're really gracious, they understand. We sit down and we hear their stories, and they're just magnificent people. Future politicians, future statesmen, future business leaders.
Yeah, I do have a flair for international relations, but it's like you can always have that international, that global flair to anything that you do, whether going into art, going into engineering, going into medicine, going into law, going into all these things. It's all interconnected, and that's the key thing that I guess you learn about our world. Like, everything is connected.
We wrap up, we say our goodbyes, and we head out, and we have all our gear, we throw it in the bus, and we're like, all right, let's go to the hotel and sleep, because today has been hard. Taylor takes the key, turns it, nothing.
These two little lights came on and nothing else. Neither Dan or I are mechanics, so we sort of look at each other just like, oh no.
Great. This is the last thing that we could have possibly needed.
I kept my head. I mean, it's frustrating, we're tired, but life carries on. Dan, a little more hot-blooded than myself, he just loses it.
I got calm, I started looking at numbers, and Taylor just completely loses it.
On the verge of tears, I think.
When we got to the hotel, he put a hole in the wall with his fist.
The bus that we've been waiting so many days for, and our well-organized bus tour is probably off to the bumpiest start humanly possible.